Doing this can improve your hormone levels, your energy levels, and significantly improve your mood. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can magnetize your ideal life. If you want to learn more about sexual and self-mastery, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified when I release new videos. Make sure you get my free ejaculation control course through the link in the video description below. So in this video, I'm going to talk about sun gazing and sun charging and how you can use this practice to significantly improve your quality of life. The sun is the bringer of life on our planet. Every morning the sun rises, the flowers open, the animals come out, the birds start to sing, right? The sun literally brings life to our planet. It just radiates this tremendous amount of life force, right? Specifically, the sun has a very broad spectrum of light that it emits, right? And one of the most relevant to what we're talking about here being the ultraviolet light spectrum. Ultraviolet light has been shown to be very beneficial to our health, our hormonal levels, and especially regulating our circadian rhythm. Of course, there's been a lot of mixed information on this, as we live in a society of medical fascism where pharmacology is being pushed on everyone. Pharmacology being, the prescribing of pharmaceutical drugs to treat symptoms without treating the underlying cause, right? Which keeps people sick, and people have to pay, hundreds and thousands of dollars for these medications they're taking, right? But the reality is that the natural solutions for almost all diseases are usually quite simple, cheap, and even free in a lot of cases, right? So there's been a bit of an agenda why we're conditioned to fear the sun. You have to cover your skin, wear sunglasses, put sunscreen on your body. Sunscreen itself is full of all kinds of nasty heavy metals. When you put this on your skin, your body's absorbing these metals directly into your blood, and it has to do something with these metals, right? And often they lead to certain problems within the body that I won't name in this video. Whereas exposing your skin and your body to the sun is extremely beneficial if done in moderation. Obviously, if you have very fair skin, you don't want to go spend, 6 hours out in the intense Arizona sun or something like that, you know what I mean? So in moderation here. So again, ultraviolet light has very profound healing benefits for our bodies. There's been scientific studies that showed that ultraviolet light significantly improved the health and the well-being of lab rats, right? They found that when they kept lab rats in darkness, they became very depressed. But when they were exposed to sunlight, their mood, their energy, their hormonal levels was significantly improved. There was also a study done that basically was looking at cells, the human cell under a microscope, right? And when the body had been exposed to sunlight for a certain period of time, the cells went through a notable change. They looked much healthier. They were performing their functions better, right? So basically, ultraviolet light, exposing yourself to sunlight has very powerful benefits for your health, for your mental balance and emotional balance as well. It helps to regulate your mood, make you feel better. Also, you need sunlight to produce vitamin D in the body. You cannot produce vitamin D without exposure to ultraviolet light from the sun. Vitamin D is extremely important for your immune system, but also for your hormonal production as well. Most people living in the city, most people who aren't able to get, healthy levels of sunlight are vitamin D deficient, and they often feel lethargic. They feel depressed all the time. They have low sexual vitality because they're not getting this important nutrient from sun exposure. So on a more superficial level, simply exposing yourself to sunlight as much as you can is extremely beneficial. Obviously, as I said, you want to do this in moderation. If you're not used to getting a lot of sun on your body, then start with shorter time periods, right? Spend a few minutes out in the sun, especially when the sun's more intense, and then slowly acclimate your body to higher and higher levels of sun exposure. You will naturally start to produce a tan, which becomes your body's defense against any potential negative effects of sun exposure. So let's get into sun gazing. Sun gazing is actually the practice of looking directly in the sun. It's safe to do this at certain times of the day. The first 20 to 30 minutes of sunrise and the last 20 to 30 minutes of sunset, the sun is low in the sky, so the light from it is not so intense, so you can actually look directly into the sun without damaging your eyes, and there's a lot of benefits to doing this. Ultraviolet light creates ozone. Ozone is made of 3 oxygen molecules, and it's a very, very powerful cleansing agent. It's been shown that no superbug, no bacteria or virus can survive ozone. So when you sun gaze, when you look directly in the sun at sunrise or sunset, you're getting this ultraviolet light directly in your eyes. There's so many blood vessels in your eyes that 40% of the body's blood passes through the eyes every 20 minutes. So you're getting this ultraviolet light, which is creating ozone. It's getting directly in your blood. This cleans your blood out. And again, this is more of a superficial physical level. On a more esoteric level, you are charging with that sunlight. You are resonating with that power of the sun. Again, the sun sun is a very, very powerful force of life. It just emits, it broadcasts, it shines life force 24/7. It never stops. It just radiates into the world around it. It brings life. A lot of ancient cultures worship the sun for its life-giving properties. This was a huge theme in ancient Egypt. In certain periods of ancient Egypt, they worshiped Ra, the sun god. And a lot of the temples actually removed their roofs so that they could get the sunlight directly on their skin. And they often wore minimal clothing as well because they understood the importance of the sun and its power in bringing us health, vitality, and spiritual growth as well. Another aspect to sun gazing is that it helps to activate your pineal gland. The pineal gland is a very small gland in the center of the brain. For most people, it's calcified. It's not really being used, right? It's kind of atrophied. This is due to various reasons from our diets, especially from the introduction of fluoride in our drinking water. Fluoride is a neurotoxin which causes aluminum to accumulate in the pineal gland and it becomes calcified, rendering it pretty much useless. This leads to an inability to think for yourself, inability of independence, and an inability to connect with your more multi-dimensional aspects of yourself. Also, aluminum is being sprayed in the air. If you watch these planes go over, they leave behind these streams which turn into clouds. If you watch them over hours, they literally, on a clear day, I'll watch these planes fly over. They leave these trails behind them. These trails, make these zigzag lines across the sky. They literally expand and become clouds. They start to reduce the sunlight. You start to get this hazy half sunlight because it's blocking out the sun. This micronized aluminum deflects ultraviolet light so that we cannot receive it, right? And we also start to breathe this in, which further calcifies the pineal gland. So you could say there's an agenda to keep us, under control, which is very obvious when you really look into this stuff. The pineal gland's known in esoteric traditions as the third eye. It literally has a lens on it like an eyeball, and it's able to move up to 90 degrees in each direction. So it's literally this smaller eye that's inside your brain. When the pineal gland is activated and healthy, it can grow to become up the size of a ping pong ball. So the pineal gland is directly connected to the physical eyes. So by sun gazing, you get this light directly in your eyes, you clean out your blood, you absorb that powerful chi of the sun, this incredible radiant pure light energy, and it helps you to activate your pineal gland, which can lead to the regulation of your circadian rhythms, meaning that it's easier for you to fall asleep, you sleep well through the night, you wake up in the morning, you feel refreshed, right? Having healthy circadian rhythms means that you're in harmony with the balance of nature. When your circadian rhythm gets off because your pineal gland's calcified or other reasons, then you get out of balance, you get out of sync, right? The activation of the pineal gland helps you to activate your latent spiritual abilities, things like, psychic abilities, the ability to see beyond the limited spectrum of light that most human eyes can see. When you open your pineal gland, you can start to see ultraviolet, gamma ray, these other light spectrums, which kind of gives you the impression of being multidimensional, right? Because you're starting to tap into these other realms. Our brains can only process and perceive about 1% of the actual reality in the world around us. So by activating your pineal gland, practicing sun gazing, you can help to increase this amount of reality that you're perceiving, we could say, and you become more multidimensional. This starts to activate your spiritual growth, gets you more in tune with your higher self and your dormant abilities. So to practice sun gazing, again, it's safe to do this the first 20 to 30 minutes of sunrise and the last 20 to 30 minutes of sunset. You want to start with small periods of time. Start with like 20 to 30 seconds, looking directly in the sun for 20 to 30 seconds. That's it, right? Each day you do this, you can add a little bit of time. Also make sure you're not standing on grass when you do this. There's a tendency for the grass to absorb the sunlight energy from your body. So you want to be on the dirt or wearing shoes or something like that, right, when you do this. And so you can slowly add more time that you're sun gazing, up to several minutes. Some people spend 20 to 30 minutes sun gazing, but again, you want to acclimate yourself slowly to avoid any retina damage. And so as you're looking into the sun, relax your eyes and place your awareness in the area of the pineal gland, which is in the very center of the brain, right? If you want to find the exact location, take your finger and your thumb, touch your tip of your chin and the tip of your nose. This gives you kind of a measuring stick, right? And then move that so the thumb's at the tip of your nose, and where the finger touches, this is the front opening to the third eye, also known as the Ajna chakra or the Niwan in Taoist alchemy, which is this center of the brain area, right? So straight in from this point into the center of the brain is about the area where your pineal gland is. So just hold your focus in this area. Feel like you're absorbing the energy of the sun into that. And that's your sun gazing practice. After you start doing this, I guarantee you'll find that your mood increases, you feel more energized, you feel more balanced and harmonious. You may start to sleep better, and you find that your spiritual abilities become amplified. And there's another practice you can do to directly charge up from the sun's energy. Maybe it's, the middle of the day, the sunlight's too intense to look into. You can sit in the sun and do this practice. Basically, imagine that your body is translucent, like it's made of glass, and the sun is shining through you. As you inhale, feel that you're absorbing that sunlight into every pore of your body and collecting it in your heart center of the chest, right? And as you exhale, feel it condense and gather in your chest and create this shining light that radiates out like the sun. So you inhale, you gather the energy of the sun through every cell in your body, every pore, gather it into the heart. Exhale, feel it condense and light up and illuminate the world around you like a sun. This will charge up your aura, will charge up your body with this powerful solar energy. So obviously, if you live somewhere where you rarely get sun, this can be an issue, right? So just do the best you can. Try to take trips somewhere where the sun shines a bit more, or move, if you have to, move somewhere where you can get sunlight. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Do you practice sun gazing? I'd love to hear about it. Have a great day, my friends.